Hey gang, Scott here, wrapping up this series on Lightroom HDR editing, and wanted to finish up with kind of like a miscellaneous set of a few things here. And I'm going to call this something to the effect of, do I need HDR all the time? And what do I lose if I'm using this HDR editing mode? As a reminder, this is not the old school tone mapping and merging multiple exposures into a single HDR with like a merged HDR thing. This is editing on an HDR capable display. Speaking of which, to get the most out of this video, if you're not watching this on an HDR capable display, you won't quite see the differences in the photos. You have HDR versus non-HDR, showing you two photos here where the one on the left is edited in an HDR capable display. You can see that the highlights up in the sky there, the bits around the clouds, as well as where the sun's peeking through, that it's just got much more highlight and brightness, and that trickles ever so slightly into the foreground more than on the right hand side, which is our traditional SDR type display. So if you don't see that difference, you're not watching this on an HDR capable display. You can try your smartphone, try your tablet, modern laptop. More of the more recent devices have these HDR capable displays. You can see that difference. That kind of brings me to the first point when I looked at these photos side by side. It's like, do I always need HDR editing with the HDR capable display? The answer is no. Even when I'm on an HDR capable system like I am here, I look at these two photos and honestly, I like the SDR one better for this photo. It suits the mood of the photo better. I like if I look out in this area out here in the sky, I like this softness. It's more just calm. It's relaxing. And I realized I forgot to get rid of a little boat on the horizon. Maybe I'll go do that later. But to me, in the HDR where I get this, ultra, mega, yellows coming through, it's distracting. It's too much. I don't like that as much. I do like this stuff up here, these little accents up in the upper clouds there where they're extra bright. Now that's all just kind of lost on the SDR side. And so this tells me, I would probably for this photo stick with the SDR and do maybe some more targeted work on those clouds there to get those to jump out, because that makes more sense to me for this photo. And that's the key thing. It's going to depend photo by photo. There are other images where I love the results that I get from the HDR capable editing. It's just phenomenal. But it will be case by case. All right, let's switch over to what are you going to lose, or I guess in photography, it's really what are the trade-offs, right? There's always a trade-off in photography. So what are you going to have to think about? First, printing. This came up quite a bit in comments throughout this series. And printing, it's going to be more challenging to print an HDR photo. Can you do it? Of course you can, but you're going to return to an SDR type world. And if you've done printing of your photos, you know this, right? Because we have things like we calibrate our screens and we calibrate our printers. We want to be able to match what we see on the screen to what comes out on the paper, ICC profiles, all this kind of stuff. It basically comes down to, I can show this much information on the screen and I got to squeeze that down into what's capable on a printer-paper combination. If you're editing with an HDR capable display, you've just taken that initial starting point and made it a whole lot bigger. And now I've got to squeeze that back down to fit within the gamut of a printer-paper combination. And I can show you exactly what that means here in Lightroom. So we have this edited HDRs on. We see those extra highlights. As soon as I go over into the print module, it got soft, right? Or soft, it got dull, right? Those yellows are gone. We did maintain some things that were in the highlights, but not everything, right? We got some of that stuff. And returning to develop, this is what I had versus this is what I'm getting from the print. There is less of that highlight detail. But something that does factor in, Lightroom gives you a little bit of help here if you are wanting to do a print, is I talked about SDR rendition settings. those factor in. So this jump that I'm making from the develop module, think of that as like my HDR space, really big, really broad, into the print module where I'm back to an SDR world. Recall from a previous video, SDR rendition settings give you a little help out. So here's what's going on under the hood, right? So let me open up the SDR rendition settings. And I set up some snapshots for this so we can really see this in action. So let's zero those out and turn on the display. So this is, no additional adjustment, what the photo would look like on an SDR display. Okay, I go into print and that's exactly what I see. Okay, great. It's not bad, and things are okay. When I hit on the SDR rendition, I'll change my settings. I've done some further adjustments, and we can see a little more contrast, a little more pop, a little more jump. I go over into print, and those things are reflected for me there as well. So, the experimentation that I've done, a little bit of the reading, when you're using these SDR rendition settings, which, as I explained, will factor in if you export an HDR edited photo without choosing the HDR output, you get these SDR rendition like adjustments applied to your export. Those move into the print module as well. So you can do some additional level of kind of like soft proofing before you go over into your print module if you have a photo you've really edited for an HDR display and you want to print it. In practice, in my workflow, if I want to print something, I'm generally sticking with my SDR-based workflow. One other thing to cover that you're going to lose, again, air quotes, a trade-off with doing HDR editing is plugins. So this HDR capable display-based editing, it's an Adobe ecosystem thing. You're in Lightroom, you have it. You take a photo from Lightroom into Photoshop, no problem. You're going to see those additional highlight details. But as soon as you go into a third-party plugin, basically bets are off. And at least for the ones that I use, On One, Skylum Luminar, some of the Topaz plugins, once you go into one of those plugins, you're back to an SDR world. So effectively, if you're doing something with these HDR settings, you're cutting yourself off from your plugins. Let me show you an example. So here again is that HDR edited photo. If I were to right click on this and say edit in and send it over to say effects, that's like one of my favorite plugins is On One Effects. When I land in effects, I will have lost that HDR highlight. And here it is, right? We're back to that softer, you just don't have the crispness of those highlights there. And I have the SDR rendition of this particular photo. And so if you're heavily relying on your plugins to do your editing, then you're not going to be able to take advantage of this HDR capable, display capable editing type thing. It's like an Adobe walled garden. And for many things, that's great, but it's something to know about when you're looking into this world. I think that really kind of covers it. I mean, the big one to me really is the printing aspect. That is still something where, sure, you can print a photo that's been edited, but you are going to have to do the same things that we do today for effectively soft proofing that so it's going to look the best that it can on that paper. You're going to be doing more work there because those highlights that you've got beyond the SDR range, you got to rein those in even further. I hope you found the series useful, interesting, helpful. You got any other questions? I'll try my best to answer them. Go ahead, drop them below. And until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Have fun.